Hello, my friends. Do you need some help creating a little bit more emotional depth and connection with the chord progressions of your songs? Well, here are some tools that you can use to bring those songs to life. If you would, hit subscribe and that notification bell if you'd like to receive more videos from me about how to make your songwriting better. My name is Ryan, and since I graduated from Berklee College of Music with a songwriting degree, I've been helping songwriters create a little bit more emotional connection and emotional depth using the language of music theory. So let's get started. I'm in a collaboration with somebody right now, and the vibe of the song has like a lingering lost love kind of a feel. And the chord progression starts with this E, and then I do a little bit of a slide to an A, and it's an A add9 because it's just my A chord with this B and this E continually lingering throughout the progression. Now, when the verse starts, it's just the E to the A, add9. So that B string is there the whole time. Now it fits for the E, but for the A, it creates a little bit of an instability. How I hear this is it's not super abrasive, right? It's almost like a little fly buzzing around the walls. It's not like a bee that's going to sting you and attack you, right? And gives like sort of like an abrasive kind of sound. So it really can give us a lingering emotional feeling, which is nice because that's what the song is about. That's what it's called for. And it gives us a nice melancholy sound while not adding too much sadness, right? And too much of that, a minor sound, right? A more sadness kind of a sound. Now, the great part is when I'm playing this, like I said, that B string is part of the E, but it's not part of the A chord. So when I get to the A, if I want to lyrically tap into that feeling, that emotion, right, of this sort of lingering lost love, I can use that note, especially over that A, because that's the add9. That's the note that isn't in my A triad, my A major triad, right? So if my lyrical message kind of gives us this longing, right? This lingering. I know I keep using that word, but I can touch melodically on that note a little bit, maybe dance around it as sort of a reminder, both melodically, harmonically too, because it's in the chord, melodically and lyrically, that this is the feeling and this is sort of where it's coming from. So it's a great tool to use. These add9s or suspended seconds. Now the 9 and the second are interchangeable in this case. So if I were to take this same idea, but instead of making it an A add9, where I'm just adding this B and it's sort of carrying through this whole progression. Again, that's the fly on the wall, right? That B and that E string is staying. Now the thing is, the E string, that bottom E, right, my high E, is part of my E chord clearly, and also part of the A triad. So it's really that B string that's sticking out and sort of carrying us through, which is like giving us that emotion that's just carrying through everything. It's like if you've been through a heartbreak, you're carrying through your day, everything's going normally, except there's just this one little feeling, you can't quite let it go, you know? It's not killing you, you know what I mean? It's not abrasive, it's not gonna bring you down, you're not crying over it, right? The rest of your day, almost this E and this A, right? Those are like the structure of your day, and there's just this thing that's not quite letting you go, you know? Now, if I wanted to change that, another great thing to do would be to make it a suspended second. And I could do that as an E here, make it a suspended second into my A, so that B string and then I drop my pinky down on the 2nd fret to bring it up to the 3rd of that A chord, right? So that would be a suspended. It is suspended, that B is suspended from the A, or from the E, right? So here it is, that B is there for my E, it's suspended to my A, and then it resolves, okay? That 2 resolves it up to the 3rd of the chord. What could be cool there is it's no longer in a lingering feeling throughout your day, but it's something that you feel that gets resolved. So if I were to tap into that lyrically, I might do something like, I'm laying out the groundwork for the song, and then something is still hanging on, but it fades away, So it's like hanging on from the E chord. It's hanging on from the earlier part of the day, from the argument we had, from whatever it was, and then it does resolve itself, or fade. If you have used some of these, suspended chords, or Add9s, or any of these other tools, I'd love to hear about it. If you want to comment below. And let me know some really cool ideas that you've brought that give you some emotional depth to your songs. Now, the last thing to touch on here would be, I can go to that, right? If I want to keep reminding the listener of how I feel, that little emotion that's carrying through the day. And then if I decide that I would like to wrap things up and say, like, okay, that's not the focus of this particular lyric. Maybe it's a hook. If it's a verse refrain, this would be a really great place to sort of like hang on there and bring a verse refrain down to that 1 chord. But even if I'm here, do I want the melody to sit and become really settled while that harmony is sort of still, right? I could have a lyric that sort of starts getting towards like, oh, everything's fine, right? It's almost like I'd be lying to myself or being hopeful, you know what I mean? Because that note is still carrying through. So, or the other option is to keep going for that note and really driving home that particular emotion. So there are 2 ways to deliver it. Is the lyric going to sound and give us something that is a little bit more settled, or are we going to keep going for this emotion that's different? That's not like our day, right? That's our day, and then this is our addition, our emotional addition to the day, and our harmonic and melodic addition, to the song, just being that it isn't just up to that A chord. So really cool ideas that you can use and expand on that. And if you are a songwriter and you feel like you want to add a little bit more to your palette, right, and make a deeper emotional connection with your songs, both harmonically, musically, melodically, put a comment below or reach out to me, and I would love to chat with you and see if you are right for our mentorship program, where we take all of those creative ideas that you have as a songwriter and show you how to deliver them harmonically and melodically with the language of music, which is music theory.